Hello everyone, Dr. Sue here. Welcome to The Short Answer. It is again that we are broadcasting from my home. We broadcasted here not too long ago, and I kind of liked it, sitting on my own couch and talking to you. So here we are again. Welcome. And what I would love to engage in our conversation for The Short Answer this time is groundedness. I want us to talk about integration, embodiment, groundedness, how to ground something, how to anchor it, how to make sure that I am here and actually benefiting from all the things that I'm learning and doing in my life, my personal development, my spiritual development, my physical development, etc. And so before we dive into that, I want to share one little message with you because I don't want to forget this, that the holidays are coming around the corner. And we are about to embark into Thanksgiving and Diwali and Hanukkah and Christmas and New Year and Kwanzaa, etc. And it is an amazing time for us to practice this work like no other time of the year. Number one, because all of creation is conspiring to assist us in this, because the planetary alignment, which is a very real thing, is allowing very specific energies to be cultivated with great clarity. It's right now, right here. It is upon you. And so I want to invite you into investigating, if you haven't checked out our Enlightened Holidays program, to plug into that so that you can make this holiday season different than it's ever been for you before. In that you will see the purpose that it is really playing in your life, the roles that family members have, the roles that the traditions of the holidays have in your own enlightenment process, your own awakening process in the course of your life. So check that out, the Enlightened Holidays program. Something that I created because holidays used to be tough for me in a variety of ways. I had some difficulties with some family relationships that didn't feel supportive to me and so on and so on. And I got good at story writing over the years, etc. And as I unwound that and began to see exactly what role it was playing in my own up-leveling of my own consciousness, I became very, very grateful for the very dynamics that were actually painful for me prior to that. So I share that with you and invite you into up-leveling your holiday season this year, up-leveling your experience that all of creation has to offer you. It happens to be the time that the Christed consciousness and the Buddha consciousness, the highest realms and the high brain centers, are more activated because the energies of nature are allowing us to go inward, and the pristine clarity of the environment at this time is so supportive to that. So give yourself that opportunity. Let's do this together, okay? So now we're going to talk about groundedness and embodiment. Groundedness and embodiment. I want to remind you that there are three ways that I want you to check in about you grounding something. One is location. We talk a lot about the location of groundedness, and that is dropping our energy through the body, mula bandha, contracting that. Instead of carrying our energy up overhead so much that we allow it to drop in and drop through and catch it with mula bandha and find ourselves, actually in the body, seated, leaning back against the spine. We're going to talk about that in the master class this evening and see how to do that so that we're actually seated in the seat of consciousness more accurately, so that we have the opportunity to catch our living presence alive in our daily lives when it matters most, when the rubber hits the road, kind of thing. And as we also, those of you that are in the coursework, you know about chakra 10 and dropping into chakra 10 as a location example of embodying or grounding something. We want to ground something. We want to take it through the body and let the cells resonate with that by anchoring ourselves in Mula Bandha, or anchoring ourselves in chakra 10. So if you're not in the coursework, come and learn what chakra 10 is about, and in the 12 chakra system that we're using, to become very clear on how to manage this etheric energy in a way that allows us to manifest before things land in the physical world, and then we have to deal with them on the story level. We are masters, and the idea here is let's wake up to our mastery so that we can experience the master that we really are meant to be. So location. is one way to make sure that you're grounding something. Meaning, make sure you're in your body when you're experiencing something, and make sure you anchor it and infuse it into the cellular structure if you want to have it land for you to be accessible later, so that you don't have to keep learning the same lessons over and over and over again in your lives. It's no fun, right? The fifth time around on the same topic, it's like, what is up with this, right? Well, what is up with this is that you've been ignoring how to get in your body and anchor it. So, let's land it for yourself, okay? So, location. Another thing is actioning it. When something is grounded and you're owning it and you're living it, you're actually able to express it out in the world, where the rubber meets the road kind of thing. When the moments come up where it's helpful and important for you to be able to actually live that, roll it out, respond accordingly, come up with an idea, not engage in an argument, not even wonder if that's an argument waiting to happen, but just lead love right into it instead of waiting to see how the other person's going to be before you can determine if we're okay or not. All that dancing around that you do, trying to posture and position yourself in a manner that is okay and it does, walking on thin ice, lay it down. Lead with love. Let them grow up in your own consciousness. Let them grow up. They may already be grown up, but you might be seeing them as needing your assistance in facilitating their okayness. Let them share with you if they're not okay. Don't make the assumptions that there's something wrong. Don't be overly compassionate. If you ever want to actually be grounding and anchoring these principles, you're compassionate naturally. Your nature is giving. Your nature, your true nature is kindness, and your true nature is compassion. So don't worry about not being kind and compassionate. If you're being yourself, you are being kind and compassionate. If you're not being yourself, then you're in your protectivism. Then you're much more likely to be slighting in that department. So we want to be actioning. That's the second way to check our groundedness. Make sure that you're rolling out, leading with love, letting it be assumed that all is well until the world tells you otherwise. Let it be okay that someone isn't doing things the way they normally do it. Let it be okay. Maybe you're providing for them a space that they need to have be provided for them. Let it be okay. Don't always be checking in and making sure and making sure and making sure. Sometimes it will land for them when you let it. Hands off, just love from here. You can love from right here. Sometimes. I find in working with people, that's a biggie. Many people miss that one. Okay, so we have location and we have action. And then also vibration. There is a vibrational frequency that occurs once you have actually gotten something. Once it's actually really, really real. And that vibrational frequency can be felt through your whole body. It's not just in Mula Bandha. It's not just in the central channel and squeezing the heart. It infuses out. It's a whole way of sensing. It's a whole layer of you that comes to life when it's real for you, when it's really here now. And it's loving, and it's joyful. Mark that one. It's joyful. It is giving, and it is receiving. Underline that one. It's receiving. It is collaborative. It doesn't let anyone else stomp on you. It doesn't let someone step on what it is that you want to say. And at the same time, it listens, and it allows, and it's natural, and it's a natural collaborative flow that is happening. So it's not you checking in to make sure everything's okay. We just talked about that. But it's allowing, when someone's offering something up, for that to be a viable possibility in your new thought process. That you're constantly allowing a sensation, a vibrational frequency, an essence of you to be available. And it's open. The tissues of your body open up. It is strong and soft at the same time. So how do we be strong and soft at the same time? We're laughing and we mean it. We're not taking things so seriously because they're not. We get that this life is in my favor and that it's supporting me and that I've been making it hard in the past, and I'm not doing that anymore. It gets to be easy. It gets to be fluid. It gets to be fun. And when you're trying to figure out the new ways of doing things, and you feel the moments of frustration, like I don't want it to go this way anymore, and I don't know how to change it, that as soon as you say that, you feel the relief, and you realize that it's coming right through you. It's managing and materializing right through you. And you don't have to stop and figure out the right answer. You just have to keep going in the loving assuredness that all of creation is right here supporting me. So it's a vibration. It's a way of being. It's a disposition. Anchoring is a disposition. When I'm anchored in loving presence, I can be strong. I can say things to people that are like, hey, how long is that attitude going to go on? How long do you expect me to collaborate with you when you have an attitude like that? I ain't going to do that. Here, you got to shift it a little bit. You got to say yes to yourself in some way that you're not right now in order for me to be inspired to work with you, or for me to be inspired to be in, to continue to be in relationship with you, or whatever. Just have it be lighthearted. And you're free to show me and share with me ways that I could shift to up-level my vibration. Let's be in this for each other. And we have to be willing to have those conversations. To be strong and to be soft at the same time means that if you keep talking enough from a place of love, you can broach any topic. You can go into anything because it's all open for discussion. And it is. It's all open. If the 2 people involved or the 6 people involved or the 1 person involved isn't seeing it from an open perspective, then bring the love. Be the one that brings the love. That's how you anchor and ground yourself in anything that you're attempting to do. So when you bring love and joy to the essence of the situation, you are grounding. When you are in action in that way, it serves. When you are anchoring in the vibration, in the location of these energies, you are anchoring it in the cellular structure. And so these ways of grounding and anchoring and operating from a place of integration leads to embodiment. And that is what we are all about. So think about, consider, and keep in the forefront of your mind these 3 options regarding how to stay grounded. So we're going to talk more about that in the masterclass coming up. And I look forward to digging into some real life conversation about how to stick to it when the going gets tough. That's why we're here. So let's see you in just a few moments in the masterclass.